so I'm just ready to eat. How are you?
I'm doing good. My name is Juno, by the way. It's nice to meet you. I'm going to be conducting your interview today. I work with Charisma Collective. We are an artist collective. Basically, we do things, everything artist based. So anything from like new press releases to just basic artist shows, we're pretty much a one-stop shop. But I started it myself. And yeah, so we're here. And we could just get right into your interview.
That's dope, man. Nice to meet you as well, and appreciate you for having me. And I think your whole brand is dope. I'm excited for the interview for sure.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, let's hop right in, Griff. Let's hop right in. So, my first question I like to ask to anybody who's on my platform, any artist at all, is, who are you? Like, who is Griff Tyler? Where do you come from? What do you do? Tell the
Yeah.
people.
Well, I'm from Inglewood, California. I started making music probably when I was like probably like I started seriously when I was like in my 20s. I'm 30 now. Um, Yeah, I mean, like my some of my influences, like Drake and Kanye, as far as like testing the limits of different sounds and things like that. And yeah, I'm a really reserved guy. I'm like introverted, so I don't talk much. I just make music. Most of the time, I'm with like my village, like all my friends. I don't go out much. I'm either in the studio or I'm with my friends. I love sports, so I'm like a sports head. I'm always watching like either basketball or football. I'm a nerd. I love comics and like superhero movies. So that's another thing I'm really into. But yeah, like that's me outside of just the artistry.
Yeah, I love that. I'm actually from Inglewood, so that's dope. That's
What
crazy.
made you go out there, go to Arizona?
Like I grew up in LA, like my parents are actually from California. So, I moved at a young age and then I ended up, just being a kid growing up here and I didn't really have a say, but I've been kind of back and forth for the most part just because like my family is still out there in the LA area. My dad lives out there. He's actually in Long Beach right now, and I just got a lot of aunties in the Crenshaw area and cousins in the Compton area. So it's pretty much all around, actually.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Well, city.
Yeah, it's a big, big city. But I think that's dope that like you're from one of the best cities to be an artist. Like you're from LA, so you're in the mix of everything right now. And this is the best time to be an artist in LA, I think, and coming out of Inglewood. Like
Yeah,
that's crazy. That's a really dope feeling, I
yeah.
bet.
I think like it's just a lot of talent out here right now. It's like it's crazy. It's flooded, you know. So sometimes it's a good thing. Sometimes it's like a hindrance. But it's definitely the best time to be an artist out here.
Yeah.
Where so
Yeah, I agree. And I feel like you've been making moves and people have been seeing you make those moves. Can you tell us, like, a little bit about what your inspiration was for this specific project? And maybe why you chose the name Summers Over. What was the story behind that?
uh so honestly, like it was I was just working on music just randomly. Like I was working on other projects that weren't this project, and just I don't know, I randomly towards the end of summer, I randomly just had to make a tape called When Summer's Over. I don't know, it was like seasonal how I was feeling, and then like I found the concept as I was going. So like I would pull songs from different projects that I was already working on
Mm,
and then work on new ones. I think When Summer's Over and Falls Back were the last two songs I worked on, just to fit the theme. Um, but the other ones, like a lot of those were like already done. Um, but like I thought When Summer's Over was just a dope name at first, but then as I started creating more, I just uh it's more metaphorical than anything. It's not like literally about the seasons. It's just about how love is seasonal. Like, you go through like you go through the times when y'all like hella close, whoever you're dealing with, y'all hella close, and then you go through the rough patch. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like fall is like when y'all hella close, and then like springs when it starts to be a little strange if y'all not on the same page, and then throughout summer, you're a city boy. You feel me? She probably being a city girl, like it's not working out. And then like when summer's over, y'all find yourself back at it again. But not always it's not always fall, spring, summer, or fall, spring, summer, winter. Yeah, it's not always like that. It's like sometimes it's different. Somebody might be experiencing fall during the summer, but I just named it when summer's over because um it's easier to relate to.
Facts. And I feel like that's what resonated with you at the time, So I feel like I heard that when I was listening to the project. And I kind of had mentioned that in the write up as well. I was like, this mentions a lot of love and it's a lot of like it's a lot of self-talk in the songs. Like you can hear that, like you're literally like speaking from your heart. Like, nah, like let me tell you about this girl real quick. Like let me tell you about this vibe. Like that's exactly what I was getting.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. I went through a lot of things in the past, probably like year and a half. It's been a lot. So I had a lot of experiences to draw from. So yeah, it was. Let me tell you about this girl. Like,
Right. Let me tell y'all a story real quick. But I think it's dope, like how just being an artist, like you get to pull from like stuff you're already working on and like different projects and things like that. And I feel like I can relate as well, just being an artist myself. I'll like pull songs from like random stuff I was just working on, but I feel like if it fits, it fits. So I think that's dope that like you know what your process is.
yeah, for sure, 100%. It also like represented. I forgot to say this part. It represented the 5 stages of grief. I haven't lost that yet because I'm gonna post it, but like just to let you know, it's about the 5 stages of grief. Like, in the beginning, I'm pretty depressed about it. So it's like picking up after, the downfall in the beginning of the project. I'm pretty depressed in the beginning. Then I'm like in denial, like it's all good. You feel me? Then
Mm.
I'm angry, you know? Then I'm bargaining. I'm like, when summer's over, just come back home when summer's over. You feel me? Like it's all good. Like you feel me? And then I'm like finally actually accepting things, accepting my feelings and stuff. So it's like a work in progress. I feel like I made the project to grow on people and to be a body of work that like people don't realize that about until they've listened to it several times.
Big facts. Yeah, I love that. Like that you relay it back to the 5 stages of grief because I think it's fitting for your project. That's very moving and I think it's gonna like really pull on a lot of people's heartstrings for the most part. It's relatable, like hot boy summer, but when she's done being a little thotty, when she ready to come home, like you're there. So that's dope. That's really cool. And that kind of segues me into my next question for you. What would you say is your favorite song on the project? And you kind of already kind of answered this, and I wanted to ask you, what do you hope your listeners will take away when they do listen to the project fully?
I think my favorite song right now is Broken. At first, well, it wavers between When Summer's Over and Broken, but I think Broken is my favorite song right now. It's tough though. I'm just saying that to give you an answer, but like I whole project, but Broken, uh, yeah, that's the song that like I could keep listening to. It's just because it means the most to me because it's like real. Like everything I'm saying in it is like very, very real. Like I wrote it out of like a real situation. So it's like I really feel it. I really feel all the words I'm saying, and I want people to feel it as well. Like when they hear Broken or the project in general, I just want them to be able to relate to it and feel everything. You know, like music is um it's supposed to satisfy our emotions. You know, like that's really the main goal of it. So that's all I want. I just want people's emotions to be satisfied. You know,
Mm.
when people are they go listen to like "So Sick" by Neo. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
That's true.
it's not that you want to remain sad. It's not like, but it's like um, it's it's therapeutic in a way to know that somebody else has felt the same way. You know, and you're able to sing it, get through it, then you're fine after. You feel me? And I kind of just want people to feel that way when they listen to my music with every emotion. Like I have a song for every emotion, so that when you're happy, you sad, whatever, it'll satisfy it at any point. You know.
That's hard because that's relatable. I think that's crazy. Like I could definitely hear somebody be like, go put on that new Griff. Like you like, I could definitely hear like my man's playing that song, when he's mad at me or something like that. Cause his go-to is like Session 32 from Summer Walker. Kid you
And
not.
that's
Kid you not.
I love that song too. I listen to that song a lot as well. Like,
Yeah. No, but she's definitely dope. But yeah, like I could see people definitely vibe into that and just like putting that on. And I think it's cool that you're so comfortable with being that transparent within yourself and in your emotions, because most rappers, I feel like, or not even just rappers and hip hop artists and R&B artists, sometimes we forget to be honest and vulnerable. Like people try to write things that aren't vulnerable and that kind of mesh with what everybody else is doing, which brings me to my next question for you. Do you ever feel peer pressure to make music, that you don't want to make, considering, there's so much music that's just becoming popular or a trend, and how do you stay true to yourself right now?
um, I, it is a lot of pressure to make music I don't want to make 100%. I think I think like real artists, you know, they just make a lot of music. You know, like I do make songs that people want to hear that I don't want to hear. You know, when I'm
Mm.
in the studio, I make songs that are like a hybrid of both. Then I make songs that I just want to hear that's just true to me. I do it all, and then I think like that's my process. Like you do it all and then you decide like where to go and what feels right after. But you exercise all options in the creative process. And then post creativity, you're able to gauge it, you know? But I try to make it a hybrid. I try to like give people what they want, like or give people not necessarily to word it that way, but give what I guess like people are expecting
Right.
from, but at the same time, do what I want. You know, like I try to make it a hybrid. That's like I feel like that's kind of what I did with this project. Like there's different type of songs on there, and then there's songs people might expect from me as well.
I see
So
that when I hear it. I do see there's some in there that I didn't expect, from you. So I love the versatility though that you're showing. The fact that you even use the word hybrid, because that's important, to be able to tap into a certain audience, but also still be able to remain true to yourself. But I understand it's just a crazy industry right now with everything going viral on TikTok and just all these crazy people coming out the woodwork. So it's cool that you can stay true to yourself, and that's important. So you have a one up on a lot of these artists right now for sure.
thank you. I truly appreciate that. You know, I put a lot of time into it, so it's definitely rewarding to hear.
Yeah. And I feel like this past year you released another project. I think it was kind of, I think the name of it was Wish You Well, correct?
Yes.
Wish You
Yep.
Well. Yeah. And what are some themes that you'd say are kind of like similar that from this project to Wish You Well, if there are any?
Um, oh, first and foremost, am I is the video quality still good? We still
Yeah, yeah. Radio quality is great. I would definitely tell you.
okay, bet. Um, I think that so Wish You Well was like, you know, when you fresh out of like a grieving moment. Wish You Well was supposed to be that for me. Wish You Well was supposed to like bring me out of that. Like, you know, when I made that project, I kind of was like sad most of the time. So like I chose to make intentionally to make songs that would make me happy. So when I was listening, I just like, you know, I snapped out of it based off of making that project. And then like this project was my emotions processed, if that makes sense. Like, okay, I'm able to make some music about this now because I processed my emotions. How they're similar is, you know, they're both kind of gauging the same topic of love. You know,
Mhm.
one is more one is more vibrant. Like Wish You Well is a little bit more vibrant and like I'm good with everything. But it was really front. You know, I wasn't. You feel me? I just did that to make yeah. So and I think like when summer's over, just more real.
I like
Yeah.
that. I like that it was kind of like in Wish You Well, you was like, girl, I'm good at this point. But I love how when summer's over, it's like this story that you're giving us from like that project to this project. Are we gonna get like, and this is an offside question, are we gonna get visuals, more visuals with the whole project? Like, can you tell us anything about that?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I should be doing like a couple more. I don't want to give it away because I don't want to like you know want to be a surprise. Should be doing a couple more.
Okay, okay.
Uh,
We don't gotta give it away. We don't gotta give all the tea, but I think that was just a little side question I was interested in asking you because your visuals are really, really nice. I really liked this previous one you put out, and it was just the theme. It was very summer. The aesthetic fit, it was very fitting, beautiful black people in the video, just very LA of you to make a video like that.
that idea came out of nowhere. By the way, like we kind of had a different idea for the video at first, but you know like we weren't gonna be able to execute that well. So I kind of just came up with like oh like let's do like an MTV parody. You know, I don't know. It ended up working out, but yeah, that was like a last minute idea anyway. So I'm just glad it worked.
Yeah, no, it was spot on. I think it was very fitting with your song. And I like how vibrant you are in your videos. You're just yourself and it just shows through like what you do on screen. So that's pretty cool. Um, is there anyone in this industry right now who you haven't worked with yet? Considering you're from Inglewood and you're on the West Coast, do you think we'll ever get a blast feature? That is what a lot of people want to know.
Yeah, yeah, I get asked that like a lot. I feel like I mean I hope so. You know, I hope so. Like maybe one day. You know, his trajectory is so like crazy now. Like you know, he's a lot.
Yeah,
So I have to just match that energy. You know, so that by the time people do get what they want, it's not just you know, when like sometimes people drop and it's just like uh they just did that just because, you know, like just because we wanted it.
yeah,
Like rather than like two people really want to work together and make something crazy. So I just feel like, you know, I think I'll get to that trajectory and I think it will happen. But you know, like, you know, I'm thinking the same thing as y'all.
yeah.
Is
I think,
saying
but I think it's true though in the aspect of you just want it to happen organically. You know what I
right.
mean? You don't want to force anything, and if it happens, it happens. If it don't, you cool with that too. And I like that. Like, so that's really dope that you have that mindset. Is there anybody else that maybe like is up in the industry right now that you're like, damn, like I would love to have a feature with them? Like, who's on that
Uh
roster?
I don't I really while I love like all music and all artists. That sounds like a hella politically correct answer, but
Right?
uh, I I really want to work with like the female R&B artists, like her, SZA, like SZA's a her and SZA's a dream. Like I would let her, and Summer, you know, Ari, like those are the type of artists I want to make music with because I feel like we'll make some like some like real toxic shit. Like it'll be perfect.
That's cool. And I love that. You know what? I'm manifesting that for you. You know, if it happens, we could say we said it on the show. Charisma heard it first.
For sure.
Manifesting it.
I appreciate
Got
it. It's
you.
gonna happen.
It is. And it's like you're already, you got your foot in the door. You're already doing great things. Like it's just really a matter of time before people really catch on to you. So, you know, you're doing what you have to do. And so that brings me to my next question for you. Who's on your playlist right now? I'm curious just to know your top five artists right now. Do you have any like inspirations you've taken from any of these artists you're about to name? But I need a top five.
Ooh, top five. It's crazy because like I was supposed to think of this and I didn't. I forgot to. Right. Um, I know my top right now, but the other two of them have to fill in. So I'm a Drake fanatic. You feel me? I listen to, you know, even criticizing it. Like I don't. I listen to that because I'm still learning. You feel it, and I just shouldn't whenever I'm listening to him. So Drake is there. Um, and then SZA and Brent, like I draw a lot of inspiration from the way they just and the way they make music. Brent, like that's current though, you know. And then uh the to round it off, next two,
Yeah,
that's tough. That's so tough.
it
Uh
is. It is.
man. Thing.
And
Uh
even if you can't think of two more right now, like that's totally okay. Like, you know, you gave me some gems already, and like I do appreciate that, you know, because I feel like your music taste is right up there with the people that you're naming. But the reason I asked that is because I definitely want to get into some playlisting with you to try to see who would be on the Griff Tyler playlist for Charisma. So we got to set that up. But moving into my next question for you. Do you think we're gonna get a Griff Tyler tour, like mini tour, maybe? Like, I would love to see you come to like Arizona or, you know, go other places right now. I would love to see it.
yeah, me too. Definitely. One day, yeah, definitely. Like that's in my team. Like touring is like one of our biggest goals. Whether I'm headlining, it's a mini tour for me, or I'm just like an act. That's what goes definitely. I think like right now we're my audiences in these different places. Just looking at like the metrics and the streams and like attacking certain areas and getting them up to par. So when I do come out there, you know, like I do have a little bit of an audience. And if I didn't, it's an audience that just go. So yeah, that's definitely part of the plan. I can't do exactly when, but it's part of the plan for sure. 100.
Yeah, yeah. And like, no, I definitely appreciate you answering that, you know, because I'm pretty sure people want to know, like, you are starting to grow that fan base out, you know, up and everything. So, you know, it's just exciting to hear, you know, that that's even on your radar and a possibility for your fans and for your listeners. So I think that's dope. And I have about two more questions for you, Griff. And, you know, we're going to get out of here real soon. But I want to ask you, what is one piece of advice that you have to any artist right now, just looking to put out music and do what you do and, you know, just jump into the industry? What would you say?
Say so. It's probably a loaded answer. Artists like try to make music. You know, it's easy to tell people like, yeah, just do it. Like, but they should, they should like they should, have some type of talent. So I say one, just make sure our talented, like with your way, but the way to gauge it is with amongst your friends, amongst your family, and amongst others. Like, that's how people, and get the right people around you who are not gonna just say like, yeah, I like it just because I'm your friend.
Right.
That's one. Like, make sure you are talented, because it's a lot of fluff right now due to the fact that making me, you know, like a lot of people in it money grab, and that's cool too. But I'm just saying, it don't like last forever. Just like make sure you got some talent, and then two, I would say make sure you love it, really love it, because at the end of the day, if I never like go big, like I'll probably still be making music, and if I'm not dropping music, really therapeutic to me. So I really love it for sure. That's two. And three, like I guess don't let like the failure deter you.
Mm.
So like that's like because it's gonna happen, you know. And those are my like three things. It's very loaded, but like over the years, my answers have changed, and I finally came to this answer. Like I would tell the artist those three things, like because I do have young homies that ask me these questions, and that's what I tell them. Like it's no rule book to this. It's no blueprint to it. Everybody works a different. But if I had a gun in my head, like just give me a blueprint, like those would be my three things. Like
Right.
one, make sure you actually are talented in a way. You feel me? And when I say that, I don't mean you're not. I mean like get better, so you're good. Uh, yeah. Two, actually love it, and three, like just don't be determined. Don't fold. So,
I like those answers because I like what you said about, make sure you have people around you that aren't just telling you yes all the time because I think it's easy to just be around a bunch of yes men. So, and they'll just say, "Oh, it's good, homie, you the homie, it's fine," and it's not fine. And I think a lot of people deal with that.
yeah,
But I think just being authentic and knowing that constructive criticism is okay when we are talking about music because that's the only way we can grow. Putting out music, like you're not going to be Drake overnight, you're not going to be SZA overnight or anything crazy like that, but it takes work and time and really just putting that effort into your craft. So I do like what you said about, don't fold because you have to put the work in to get to where you want to be.
yeah, dude, man. It's gonna take a lot. But love is the reason it gives you more time because you're not gonna just quit because I don't know, because it's not working. You love it so much that you're just gonna do it no matter what. So
Exactly. And I just really like the aura that you give off about that. A lot of artists need to hear that right now. So I'll definitely highlight your three things for sure. And I'll remember your three things because that's dope. And honestly, my last question for you, Griff, before we get out of here today, what's next for Griff?
um I am dropping more. Uh,
Mhm.
I'm dropping the deluxe in January for this project.
Okay, so we can expect that.
Yeah, so and then there's gonna be a flood throughout the next year is of course everybody's Kobe. We not like we not past just gonna be shooting the so
Right. We just
expect just
shooting, shooting our shot next year. It's that year. I definitely believe it. I definitely believe it. And I definitely believe in you and just your craft. And, we definitely appreciate you coming on the show today and talking to us behind the music. Can you tell our listeners and our viewers where to find you?
you social media at I am Griff Tyler, Instagram, Twitter, SoundCloud, Griff Tyler on Spotify and everywhere title, everywhere else you stream music. Keep everybody updated on platforms, YouTube, Griff Tyler as well. Yeah, more visuals and more music to come, and probably
That's so well, honestly, Griff, it has been a time. A time was had today at Behind the Music with Charisma Collective, and we are out. So I'm just gonna stop the recording. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna stop recording right now. Okay, bet. Hold on. Cause